What's up, everyone? It's Russo. I hope everyone is doing well. Please follow my Instagram at RussoLifts, just in case something happens to this YouTube channel. You can follow, message, and you can watch my daily story content on Instagram. I'll see you there. After over a week of harvesting my Gyno juice, gotta get this disgusting. It is safe to say I have enough for the greatest ASMR sip of all time. Now this is grade A, grass-fed, definitely genetically modified Gynecomastia juice. Now this is some of the most anabolic compound in the world. I've been harvesting since my surgery for about over a week to get this much, and yeah, you could say this is a lot of internal swelling and bleeding. Here goes nothing. The taste of estrogen. What's up, everyone? It's Russo. I hope everyone is doing well. This is going to be my Gynecomastia surgery review. If you guys have been following, I've documented my Gynecomastia surgery because this is a popular surgery that bodybuilders get for obvious reasons, and I have videos that I'll link above that go into detail on why I got gyno, the harm mitigation behind that, why I decided not to shrink my gyno with drugs, instead doing the surgery, as well as how my consult was with the surgeon. This is after the surgery, after the recovery, and everything in my overall, how was it? So, right, I already went over the price of the surgery as it's out-of-pocket cosmetics, so I will link that video above as well, and I already touched on, everything that was done, as well as my caveats and stuff. So that's not what this video is about. It's about how the surgery go and would I recommend it if you're on the fence, should you do it? This is that type of video. So, right, I had all my questions answered. I went back and forth with the surgeon. The surgeon came to the table again, as I discussed that, I wanted as little of the gland left in as possible, and he was more of well, I don't want the nipples to look collapsed, but during the surgery day, I convinced him that I basically wanted it all removed, and he was going to remove as much as possible without making it look augmented, collapsed, and I'll throw up a picture of collapsed nipples, right? He didn't want that, and I know there's certain gyno surgeons in the States, especially that one surgeon everyone linked to me in Florida, which specializes in bodybuilders, and he knows that bodybuilders don't care about having sunken in nipples. They just care about having the gland completely removed. My personal opinion is if I can't grow this, I was running Ment with no AIs at all. I was doing no AIs for years, and my gyno got to stage 1, right? So if I get 95% of it cut out and then go to an optimal body fat where I don't have enough aromatization and then stay around a contest weight, for me to grow my gyno to the size it would be very difficult, in my opinion. I don't think that I'm super gyno prone. I just think that, like I said in my other video, for brain health, for heart health, I decided not to use AIs and keep my estrogen as high as possible for muscle building purposes during, my forever bulk. So, yeah, I don't think that gyno is going to come back super easy. He did say if it does come back, then he'll set me straight with a discount and everything if it comes back horrendously. But yeah, I can feel my nipples. There's no gyno in there anymore. Now, they're still tender, so I can't feel around to see what pieces are left. But hopefully within the next week and a half, I can kind of touch base on that. But essentially, right, how the surgery day went is, you got all the pre-ops. I had to get a pre-op physical. By the way, I had dual ear infections for this pre-op physical, and this lady didn't say one thing about anything. She just passed me. So I was kind of nervous I was gonna fail the pre-op, but yeah. So I got a pre-op physical, and then I did blood work. After that, it was surgery day. So, how's surgery day go? How long did it take? Did they put you under, et cetera, et cetera? So, yeah, they put you under. Basically, I went into the back. I've had surgery before. This isn't my first rodeo with surgery. I had this entire dominant hand reconstructed, which was much worse surgery than stupid gyno surgery. Gyno surgery is real easy, guys. I don't see if you're on the fence about just get it over with, is my opinion. But yeah, they discussed with me. I went back and forth with the surgeon right before he did it. He made markings on my gyno, and then yeah, they put me under anesthesia. I think the surgery took roughly around an hour and a half, 2 hours, if that. And then it took me around an hour and a half to wake up. So they definitely went buck wild with the anesthesia for me, I guess because of, my size and that sort of thing. But like, it took me forever to wake up. And then, yeah, as far as my pain level post surgery, it wasn't that extreme. I probably rated it like a 4 out of 10 on the, pain scale. The only thing caveat is you wear this stupid fucking vest for a week. The swelling here is pretty horrible. Not like to like a point where it's causing you pain. It's just like you feel confined, sucked in, and like you feel confined in like the vest since it's like trying to stop that swelling. It just like you feel like basically it's very difficult to sleep, and then you can't raise your arms at all. Like any movement like right after surgery like that, it's gonna cause pain from that swollen area, and you want to not fucking fuck up your incisions right after. So yeah, you're pretty much immobilized. You can't drive, can't reach above your head, you can't raise your arms really. I wouldn't move anything more than 10-15 pounds as far as engaging your pecs, and then just know that there's going to be a lot of swelling after. But as far as the pain, it's not that painful. It's not that difficult of a recovery either. It's just really cumbersome on being immobile, and then for me, I don't get to exercise. That's how I regulate my anger, and yeah, I don't like not exercising for this long. It drives me insane. So there's that, but no pain. Not super. I don't wake up in pain. I use zero painkillers, zero oxys, nothing. They did obviously, give me the option, prescription thugs, baby, but didn't really need them at all. I would say with my hand surgery, I definitely needed painkillers, but not with this gyno surgery. Overall, I'm just glad it's over with. I just needed to get that done with, and timing wasn't the greatest because, my social media was destroyed right before I got the surgery, so it's not like I can be like posting, getting back, I'm just like in this weird for the price that I got the surgery at, because some of you guys be telling me what your quotes are, and they're closer to 10 grand. I would just shop around because mine was like 6. But again, it depends on the stage of the gyno, what the doctor wants to do. It comes down to a bunch of things. But, I just say get it over with, right? There's no point in constantly abusing AIs. If you're going to continue exogenous androgen use and you want high amounts of estrogen, I want high amounts of estrogen when I bulk to build muscle. That's how you build tissue. That's what people in, I feel like, my generation of fitness don't get who are enhanced. Whereas the older school guys would bulk up, do wet cycles, put on tons of tissue, then cut up, right? This generation, my generation, is more about like, oh, let's stay shredded all the time. Let's use AIs all the time and, gain a little bit. Like for me, my younger years, I just want to put my size on. I want to use high amounts of estrogen. Does that mean I want to fuck up my cholesterol even further by using AIs? Does that mean I want to fuck up my, potential brain health in the future by using AIs and keeping my estrogen low? No. So that's why I would 100% lean towards doing the surgery if you have the allocated funds. It sucks that it's out of pocket. It sucks that it's that expensive. I'm not saying that's cheap. I'm just saying when you break down the cost, like I did in the one video, it's not that expensive considering you're paying an operating room, you're paying an anesthesiologist, and then you're paying the actual surgeon. It's when it's broken down, it's not that bad of a deal, but still a lot of money, still a shit ton of money, and bodybuilders are most of the time fucking broke, and I get why you would put it off. As far as like, will I feel better with the gyno removed? Like, will I feel psychologically better? And that comes down to like me knowing that I don't have to use AIs to mitigate it all the time, because I could have gotten rid of the gyno, even at the size it was, in my opinion, without getting surgery. I would still have lumps, but you wouldn't really notice it that much. Only the OCD, fucking bodybuilder people on YouTube would be like picking it out. But as far as like for me, it's really nice because I can finally shred up, and not all the comments are going to be about my gyno, right? It's going to be about my shredded physique, not everyone nitpicking the gyno, or me having to use AIs to shrink the gyno, and then like if I bulk again, then obviously I'm not going to use AIs like that, and the gyno's going to come back again. Like that is all gone. That is why I spent the money on this surgery, is to mitigate all of that, especially since I'm going to compete now. I think people don't realize how bad that gyno would look if I was actually competing on stage, right? So if I was competing on stage, I'd probably have a stage weight of around 195 to 205 pounds. Somewhere around there, somewhere around the 6 to 8% body fat range would be that. At that body fat range, that gyno would legit look like, tiny tits, right? Especially in a front double bicep and shit. So, yeah, I could use letrozole and raloxifene every single pre-contest and, fuck up my cholesterol every single contest. Or I could just have the surgery and just have that shit cut out. That's what I decided to do. That's why I would go with it. But that's just my overall experience. I don't think it was that painful. I don't think when you break down the cost, it was that crazy expensive. And overall, it was just really annoying. I had to sleep on my back. I couldn't turn, couldn't raise my arms. That shit's super annoying. But at the end of the day, I'm not fucking damaging myself forever by utilizing AIs in extreme dosages to keep that gyno under control, and then obviously ruining my cholesterol further with AIs. AIs are some of the nastiest drugs in bodybuilding, but people don't want to tell you that because I don't know, some of these coaches, I don't know where they get their knowledge from, but yeah, if you're doing a Arimidex all the time, like, say goodbye to your good cholesterol. And, that won't matter right now, but it does matter 3 decades down the road after that cholesterol's stacked up. So, it'd be much better to just get the glands cut out, have higher estrogen, because higher estrogen at optimal body fat, I like my estrogen on the higher end for libido purposes. I have way better sex when my estrogen is in the upper echelon of the range versus when I'm using AIs. The sex is 9 day better with my estrogen higher personally. So just something like that, not even excluding the brain health, the long-term heart health and all that shit. Just like having estrogen high shouldn't be viewed as a bad thing, in my opinion. I guess that's what I'm trying to get across, unless you're in a contest prep situation where you don't need any water on your body. Other than that, I would always want to have my estrogen at maybe a little bit above 60 personally. So keep that into consideration. I am finally kind of back. I've been posting on my backup Instagram, and we'll be filing, well, I'll be looking into filing a civil lawsuit for my main Instagram. So I will see you guys in my next video.